of cycles repeating, this is the moment everything begins to shift. The new moon in Libra brings divine balance and a sacred recollaboration of what's been out of harmony. The scales are being reset by the hands of the universe itself. Breathe and allow this energy to rewrite your story. Welcome to your karmic reset. Welcome in, my beautiful Gemini friends. How are you? I am so happy and thankful to have each and every one of you here with me today. So thank you, everyone. And those of you that are brand new to my channel, hello and welcome, my friends. My name is Ria. Let's go ahead, call in spirit, open up this space and see what it is your soul is meant to hear around this karmic reset. So this karmic reset is actually happening through the new moon in Libra on October the 21st. And divine order and balance is actually being restored through this. Now, also, we have some healing energies, and that's what I wanted to first start with, is a healing oracle for you. So your message today is faith requires trust. Faith requires trust. They want you to have faith and trust that whatever is happening in your life is happening for your highest good. Now, we have a little tiger on this card. Perhaps you've seen a tiger recently in your life. This is a confirmation that you're connected to this energy. And we've got the number 53 here as well. So you may be seeing this number around. This is a light frequency, a number frequency, a light code that is connecting you to this karmic reset, to this new moon energy. So the message for you today is believe and trust that life has your highest good at heart. Move forward with faith. So once again, believe and trust that life has your highest good at heart. And move forward with faith. And I also have an affirmation here for you, so feel free to write this down and seal it in the comment section below. Life supports me unconditionally. Life supports me unconditionally. Now, some of you might resonate with the colors orange and yellow that are coming through this card. I do feel that these colors are going to be prominent in your life somewhere. All right, so let's pull some tarot cards and see what else is coming through. So we are getting for you the devil. All right, this is an intense energy. It is something that lingers. It's in the background. It interferes and it distracts us. It feels good in the moment, but long term, it isn't good for you. And, you know, attachments come with this. Addictions come with this. It's a sticky energy. Spirit wants you to become aware of it. It's there. And, you know, this could be sugar in your life. This could be drugs in your life. This could be alcohol. This could be a person, right? You're meant to just become aware of it. And from there, you can make a choice on what you want to do with it. It doesn't belong in your life. Okay. Now, the devil card is a major arcana card. This energy is going to be prominent in your life. However, it does tend to be in the background. So some of you are going to feel this energy intensely, while others, you're going to feel this subtly. We have the Nine of Cups. This is interfering with the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is fulfillment. It is attainment. It is you immersing yourself in all the love, the abundance, and the connection that you have in your life, right? It is diluting this experience. So they want you to immerse yourself in all the joys of your life, in all the love in your life, Gemini. Don't focus on the negativity. Focus on the positivity, okay? So Nine of Cups, and we also have the Eight of Pentacles. I'm seeing you working hard to build or create something. And you're doing a really good job here, Gemini. And they want you to continue on. Have faith and trust that whatever it is that you're working toward, you are going to be rewarded and you are going to see the fruits of your labor. You're building something here. And I feel this is an empire or a legacy, right? So believe in the power of you and trust in the unfoldings that are happening. So I want you to use your own intuition with my reading today. So whenever you see my cards popping up on screen, I want you to try and interpret them using your own intuition. This is going to strengthen your intuition, but you will also receive your own messages. My favorite part is when all of you share with me how these cards connect with you, how they show up in your life, and how you resonate with this reading. So share with me in the comment section below. So Gemini, what is going on here? What is this devil energy that is wreaking havoc in your life? If it is wreaking havoc in your life, fear is definitely coming up here. So fear doesn't have power unless we give it power. So don't give fear power at this time. Now, before I begin, I just wanted to mention that we all live a different life experience. These cards are going to present themselves differently in each of our lives. This is also a general reading for you today, so those of you that are watching, if my reading isn't resonating for you, please leave it behind, but also pass this reading along to someone that might need to hear its message. So the fear is really interesting because right now, as I'm filming, I got a little bit of fear in my mind. I'm going to share with you why. So you see this little fluffy plant behind me. I kind of centered it this morning before I started filming, and behind it I saw spider webs. And I was like, oh no, this means that there's a spider here because it's creating spider webs, and I had cleaned and dusted that area. So I'm afraid of spiders. I do not want a spider touching me by any means. So the fear, I'm setting it aside right now. I know it's there, but it doesn't have to override my experience of filming, of bringing you messages today. I'm not giving it any of my power. This is the same thing that you can do in your life around a fear that you might have. You know, the fear can be there, but it doesn't have to take the driver's seat, right? Now, this is also for some of you a sticky energy that you might be battling through. And I feel for some of you, this is affecting your physical health. You know, this is showing up and manifesting on your body as some sort of ache or pain or some sort of an illness. This is coming in with stress. It is coming with anxiety, worry, again, fear, being scared. I'm getting nightmares, vivid dreams. I don't know if any of you are experiencing any kind of vivid dreams where you're having multiple dreams all at once in one night, right? So I feel spirit is communicating with you at this time, and faith requires trust. This interferes with this and blocks it out. So we have the power to pull this back out and move it in front of it, right? So this is what they're wanting you to do with the energy of the devil. The devil is in the detail, so be mindful of any kind of contracts, any kind of paperwork you are signing off on. Read all the fine details here, everyone. Don't get caught up in something that might later on affect your livelihood or affect the abundance in your life. I'm getting scammers. I've had scammers in my comment section, right? They steal logos, they steal my logo and pose as me and then comment. So just be very mindful. Always click on the actual logo or the person that's commenting to see if it takes you to a different channel, right? So just be mindful of any kind of scam energy around you, even emails. You know, I used to manage dental practices, and I used to tell my staff not to click any kind of invoices or anything downloadable that comes by email if it feels fishy or looks fishy, right? To show it to me. And, you know, you just never know in this day and age. There's a lot of scams, a lot of illusions in the world. And this is the biggest illusion in the world. It shows up as something that feels good in the moment, but it actually isn't good for you. And I feel addictions and these kinds of things, you're actually meant to break free from whatever this is, right? This might have a hold on you right now in whatever form is showing up. And I feel the reason why Spirit is pointing this out for you right now, Gemini, is because you're meant to be aware of it and work on not allowing this to have power over you. This could be an energy vampire, someone that is toxic in your life, someone that invades your energy. You know, they affect the way that you're living your life. And, you know, this has nothing to do with you. It's just an energy that shows up and then, you know, overrides our experience. And right now you're meant to be in the driver's seat, Gemini. And they want you to focus on vibrating in love. I'm getting a lot of emotions here. What are these emotions for you, Gemini? You can share with me in the comment section below. You know, feeling anger, resentment, all of these things because of attachments or expectations, right? It's an energy that boils over. And it's an energy that we hold on to or suppress, and then all of a sudden it blasts out. It's very reactive. And it might be, you know, it might be reflected to you in your reality. This is something that Spirit is showing you right now. And this is how this new moon is going to work for us. It is going to reflect to us what our soul needs to know, what our soul needs to hear. And a lot of times what happens is we take this energy so personally that we allow it to affect us. And, you know, with the things that we consume, I'm going to foods now with this because they're showing me someone that is eating unhealthy. And I feel that you're aware that it's unhealthy. You know, I've experienced this in my own life where sugar is the culprit. Sugar is the devil for me. I have a sweet tooth. And I've limited the amount of sugar I'm intaking now. So I've cut out all the gummy bears. You all know that I've got a gummy bear problem. And, I've limited the amount of gummies. I only eat one bag a month instead of one bag a day, right? And just eating healthier and living out in the mountain, out in the bush, you don't have access to a lot of junk food. You have to be very intentional with the kind of food that you buy and what you eat here, right? I have to drink a lot more water because we're higher up. So the air is thinner. It's really interesting how, your environment changes everything as well. So perhaps they're making you aware of your environment that may be, contributing to this energy being present in your life. So, yeah, the devil does not belong in your life and you are not attached to it. You can actually release yourself from it if you desire to. And yes, it takes a little bit of effort and energy on your part to do that, but you have that strength. And you can apply that strength into focusing on releasing yourself from whatever this is. And they want me to talk about the Eight of Pentacles right now. The Nine of Cups is a beautiful energy that is surrounding you already. And what happens is this masks the energy of abundance, the energy of fulfillment, right? It fogs it. So we don't see it clearly. And right now you're meant to see it clearly. And your energy is going to count here. So where are you focusing, and where are you directing your energy right now? You have a lot of willpower, Gemini. I feel you are someone that is able to create and accomplish things. You have come a long way here, my friends. And what this card is confirming to you is that you have the ability to create prosperity and abundance in your life. You're very capable of doing it. So if you feel that you don't have the power or the ability, they're letting you know, no, this is not true, that you actually do have the power and the ability to create what it is that you desire to experience. And you're meant to step into this power right now in your life. This new moon is opening you to a completely different experience that is different than this energy of the devil. And, we get codependency here. I'm getting you maybe trapped in a relationship. You feel like you're trapped. I remember in my life, in my early 20s, I got married young. I had my daughters young, but I was married to someone that felt like the energy of the devil. And I feel that they just weren't able to overcome their addiction. They were an abusive, alcoholic and drug addict. And I had to break free from this, and it was very scary, right? And maybe you're in the same similar situation, maybe in a relationship, in a career, or something else. And you have this desire to break free, like not to be here anymore. I remember I knew I wasn't meant to be in this experience. I knew I was meant to break free, but the fear of, well, what will happen after I leave? I've got these two kids. Like, what am I supposed to do with myself? Right? What's that going to look like? That's even more scary than where I am. So I stayed there for a very long time before I broke free because I couldn't take it any longer. Right? So, and it took a lot of effort and energy to move into a new experience. And here I am in front of you today. Right? You would never even think that I'd gone through an experience like that unless I shared it with you. Right? So you have the will, you have the desire, you have the power, you have the tools, you have the guidance. All we have to do is access it and trust it. So faith requires trust. They want you to have faith. You are building, you are creating, you are sent here to earth to build and create. You are a magician, right? And you're co-creating with spirit. And we have this beautiful opportunity that is opening up to you right now to really see that hard work and effort pay off. And I feel that sometimes, when we work really hard, we don't see or enjoy what we're creating because we're just passing through it. Right now, they want you to immerse yourself in everything that you've created and actually enjoy your life for what it is. When I was in that experience where I was living with my ex-husband and going through that really hard time, I always felt like I was on eggshells. I made the best of each day. And I took I walked through the day by day. I didn't think about anything bigger. I didn't think about anything other than moving through the day by day, through the experience day by day, making the best of it. And, had you met me back at that time, you would have never known that I was going through that experience because I masked it really well. I'm not going to let this interfere with my experience of how I want to live my life. Even though all of that was happening in the background, I did not allow it to dim my light. I worked really hard and put a lot of energy into creating this vibration and frequency for myself, so it didn't affect me so much. Even though it was there in my experience, I tried my best to do the best that I could and have the best experience within that experience, right? So this is the same kind of energy. You are way more powerful than you realize, Gemini. Okay, and we've got the Nine of Cups. Immerse yourself in the little joys and the little happiness and the love in your life. Put the weight down of the stress. Let that all go, because life is meant to be enjoyed and lived, right? With the Nine of Cups, it's letting me know that you are elevating in your life's experience, that you are incrementally moving higher up in frequency and vibration. And what they want you to do is to also actively participate in this elevation of this experience that you're in, to look for the joys and excitements in your life, to look for the love. And the weight of stress and anxiety, that weight of the pressure, the dense energies around you, this person is in the darkness. They're wearing dark clothes. Like, there's a lot of dark energy in this card other than themselves, their shirt, their face, their teeth, and the cups. Everything else to me feels dark in this card. But this person isn't bothered by the darkness. They're actually creating abundance within themselves. It's almost like they're putting the weight down and just enjoying the moment, taking it all in, right? There's this practice of gratitude here as well. I practice gratitude all the time. And even when I'm going through hardships, I practice gratitude even more, because I don't want to focus on the hardships. Yes, I want to move through them. I'm not turning a blind eye to them, but I'm very aware of what's happening, but I'm not going to let that external energy override the experience I'm trying to have here on this earth, right? So they want you to let go for a moment. And it's not like, not tending to the problems that you have. It's about focusing on the solutions to those problems and not diving into, the feelings that are overwhelming. And, in my own life, I mention this all the time on my channel, is I implement routines and practices in my life to keep myself in an elevated energy. And, some of you are also being called to implement practices, routines, and put yourself into a system that works for you, that keeps you in an elevated state. And the only way we can do that is to explore what works for us and actually implement it all the time, right? The number 9 here. So we have the number 15, the number 8, and the number 9. So again, these are all number frequencies, light codes that are connecting you to this reading. And because we have the number 9, this year we are in the number 9, 2025 in numerology. It's a very transformative year. And we are all rising as a collective in consciousness, right? So those of you that are here, it's not by coincidence that we're connecting in this specific reading today. There's a purpose and a reason why you're here to receive this message. You are elevating, and there's something beautiful that is unfolding for you. There are blessings and miracles that Spirit wants to shower on you. And these blessings and miracles are already there, and all they're doing is connecting you to them. They want you to look for the love in the relationships that you have. I have a specific person in my life that's been in my life for a very long time, and I love them very deeply. And sometimes I just clash with them because our belief system is so different. And I have decided that I'm not going to focus on that, but I'm going to connect with their heart center. And that changed everything in my relationship with this person. So now, instead of allowing those things that, clash to bother me, I just look at them as a loving person, and I connect with them on a soul level. And gosh, the relationship is completely different, right? So this 9 of Cups is you now elevating and moving on an incline in your life and upgrading in your physical material experience, but also on a spiritual level. I've got my dog barking right now, so I apologize if you can hear her. When people are out of my house, she doesn't like being alone. So everyone's gone and I'm just filming. I might bring her in a reading one day. And there is so much abundance in this world. I always feel like sometimes we forget that we were born into this world out of love, into this abundant planet. And it is still exactly that. It is that. It's just diluted with all of these illusions, all of these fears, all these things, right? I feel that the world, right now, the world is in a really interesting place because there are so many illusions, especially with AI right now. Don't let those get to you. Don't take things for face value. You know, whatever you believe, you're going to find that it's true for you because everything is available, everything exists in this planet. So they want you to create your own roots, right? You have the power to create the reality you desire. And whatever it is you desire exists here on earth, in this reality, in your reality. All you have to do is connect with it by becoming it. And I feel that's a part that a lot of us forget, is that we have to become that energy, that vibration and frequency. When we start to become that, we start to see it and experience it. And the way that I've experienced it is through my daily routine, through putting myself in a system and having regular practices, showing up consistently day by day within them, because that is what sets off the ripple effect for this experience to unfold in our lives, right? So what I'm going to do now is pull a soul mirror oracle for you. Again, this new moon is acting like a mirror, reflecting to you what your soul needs to hear, what your soul needs to know. So we are getting here for you, Gemini. Receptivity. Dissatisfied and grateful. Are you grateful or are you dissatisfied? So this is receptivity. And look at this. We got two people, Gemini twins, right? So this is what I'm getting here. Even though they don't look like twins, to me, it feels like a reflection of a person. So we've got the full moon in the background. So from the new moon up until the full moon, there is something unfolding for you here, Gemini. So let's go ahead and read you the interpretation here. So align with the forces of receptivity and gratitude to become a conduit for your divine nature. The more you receive, the more you can give, and the cycle of abundance continues. Receptivity and gratefulness are the spiritual anchors that secure the vessel of your life to the shores of abundance. To be receptive is to allow the divine to pour its blessings into the cup of your being with open hands and an open heart. Open yourself with love and gratitude to receive everything the world has to offer in alignment with who you are. When you surrender to the flow of receiving from the universe, you welcome the abundant gifts of signs, symbols, synchronicities, and opportunities. Trust that this process is perfect. Allowing yourself to receive reflects that you are willing to honestly give from your truth. This is our eternal cycle, the pathway to complete freedom and the raising of collective consciousness. If we are all operating from our own truth and love, the power of creation will flourish and mold into the physical world that our inner beings innately desire. Walk your path and find its wondrous gifts of internal learning, growth, and healing. Live a life where every breath is a prayer of thanksgiving and every step is an affirmation of trust. Love is what's going to break you free or set you free from whatever this is. Love for yourself. Self-care, self-love here is going to be incredibly important. So I've got some reflection messages for you. Feel free to write these down and use them. So how can I cultivate a mindset of gratitude and recognize the blessings and gifts in my life, even in the face of challenges? What steps can I take to let go of any negative attitudes or beliefs that prevent me from fully embracing gratitude and actively seek out opportunities to express thanks and appreciation? So that is your soul mirror message today. And I'm going to close and seal your reading off with an angel number. Now, some of you are already seeing this angel number around. This will be your confirmation today. So let's see what we receive here. So 888, it's time for you to start wielding your power. You have a lot of power within you, and you are going to see the results of this power, of you wielding this power. So rewards for your efforts are coming in. You have a limitless energy. You're building wealth. So money energy is here as well. You are building wealth, and it's about taking the right action, intentional action at this time. Now, some of you might resonate with the color yellow, this angel, right? So this is your message. This is your reading. I hope it resonates for you. If it does, please comment below, hit that like button. And if you're brand new to my channel and you're enjoying my content, please consider subscribing. Other than that, I wanted to wish you all a beautiful day and thank you so much for watching. All right, everyone, those of you that have made it this far in the video, thank you so much for your love and support, everyone. I wanted to officially announce that I've launched another channel. It is called The Sacred Oracles. I'll leave you a link in the description box below. It's something that's been sitting within me for a long time, and now it's finally taken shape. And I've got my first video up already, a reading for you and a welcome video. So make sure you go check that out. It is an opportunity for me to express my creativity through different divination tools to bring you more messages. So yeah, go check that out on the other channel. And thank you again so much for your love and support here, everyone. Until the next time. Now, I just wanted to remind everyone that I do have a secondary channel, Sacred Knowledge Living, where myself, my husband Paul, his brother Tom, and Tom's wife Katomi bring you more content. Katomi also brings us the Magic Intention candle, so she has a lot of behind the scenes there. We have meditations and podcasts. Now, I also wanted you to check out my website, www.sacredknowledgetarot.com. I have a lot of offerings there as well, which include my 14-day Mindset Challenge ebook and the 60-day Soul Commitment Challenge that myself and my husband Paul put together for all of you. So make sure you go check that out. Now, I also wanted you to check out some of these videos, especially if you enjoyed the video that you just watched. So enjoy, and until the next time.